Greetings, demons, and welcome to Warhammer Weekly, episode 56. So this time around, we actually have a decent amount of stuff to talk about. No pickups though this time around, so we're going to get straight into those topics right after this intro.
Not the leader of a cult, RabbitWithAxe.
So starting off, of course, it is now April, which means a brand new free monthly miniature along with free collector coin, and this time around it is a Deathwing Knight, which is of course the Dark Angels version of the Terminator, sword and shield wielding Terminators. And yeah, this is an excellent model to be getting for free. I don't know if it's going to be a specific model or if it's going to be one from the sprue, but I'd generally, with something like this, lean more towards it being, you know, just a set model. Either way, an excellent one to pick up, and I'm very much looking forward to actually getting my hands on this one. I love my Terminators, I love varying my Terminators out, and getting a Dark Angels Terminator when I personally play Deathwatch is definitely worthwhile, definitely a cool thing to do. And then, when it comes to the collector coin, it is actually Kroot themed, which is excellent. It is like the Kroot symbol, like their emblem. It's not an emblem that gets represented too much in merchandise, but yeah, it is a Kroot coin. It looks very good. It has the Kroot symbol in the middle, along with some runes around the outside. And yeah, in general, I'm very much looking forward to potentially picking that up as well. There are some other things relating to Age of Sigmar. Essentially, the Dawnbringer's Crusade. You can get some stamps on a sheet, and you can get a collectible coin and a little pouch. The collectible coin is a Stormcast symbol. It's not the standard round coin. It's actually a what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a hexagon. It's a hexagon. So yeah, it looks pretty cool, but I don't think I'm personally going to be attempting it. But yeah, as always with any of these articles, they're all linked in the description below if you want to read up on them a little bit more. But yeah, Dawnbringer's Crusade is bringing with it some rewards, so if you're interested in that, make sure to check that out. But otherwise, that is it for everything. So both the coin and the model are available from the 6th, which is, as of recording this yesterday, I think as of this going up, it's yesterday. And yeah, so make sure you go and get yourself a Terminator and a Kroot coin. I'll definitely be hopping down to the local Warhammer shop at some point this week to get it. But yeah, otherwise that is everything for this article. And next up, we have something a little bit different. Show off your army in style with new Warhammer display cases from Wicked Brick. And yeah, this one, I'm not going to go into too much detail. There's a huge variety of different display cases. There's actually 30 differently sized cases, going all the way from like army size to individual model size, the squad boxes, stuff like that. You also have a variety of plaques, especially for your army boxes, to actually say, you know, this is the Blood Angels, this is the Ultramarines, this is, you know, the Greater Good, the Tau, that's what it is, the Tau Empire. You know, it's like, there's going to be a variety of those, which I think is really cool. There is also going to be stuff for AoS, which is nice. And yeah, there's also a bunch of background pieces that you can swap out to give different environments, I suppose, to your little display box. I think it's pretty neat. Wicked Brick tends to be on the more expensive side. They are high quality though, like really, really high quality. But yeah, I think for me, this is probably going to be a pass, even though they do look very cool. They do look very, you know, fun to display models like this. But yeah, I don't think I'll be picking them up personally, but they are available from the 3rd of April, so they already are available now. But yeah, still very, very cool. And yeah, more stuff from Wicked Brick to come, I'm sure, but a lot of stuff already, so pretty cool. And moving on to Heresy Thursday, we have a brand new character for the Sons of Horus, Little Horus Aximand, and he looks absolutely excellent. You may know him, as I do, from Horus Rising, the book, which is a very good book, all things considered. And yeah, Horus Aximand, very interesting character, very much, you know, became a member of the Inner Circle purely because he was, you know, a little Horus. He looks like Horus. But yeah, very interesting model. I love his helmet design with like the tusks and the spikes all over the head. Just a very cool design. The sword and shield, obviously a very classic look. I'm not overly sold on him. He looks pretty cool. The actual helmetless head is very interesting, because it's very much just Horus's head, but with some different scarring, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, in general, not the most interesting character, but definitely if you're someone who loves these Sons of Horus, wants to build that inner circle, Horus Aximand is a must. Leader of the Fifth Legion, not Legion, the Fifth Company, is it? Is that how they denote it? Fifth Company, yeah, he's the captain of the Fifth Company, and yeah, definitely a good character to get into your collection. I may even end up picking this guy up, because I'm a huge fan of Horus Rising. I do have Abaddon already. Getting Horus Aximand would be very nice to add to that, and I don't know, I might eventually work my way towards having the Inner Circle, or maybe a few of the other captains, but yeah, very, very cool, and yeah, in general, just a very nice new model for the Sons of Horus. You gotta love it, honestly, it's a really nice model. So, moving over to the Age of Sigmar, I'm going to be a bit quick about this because there's a lot to go over. I'm not going to give too much detail, and of course, if you want to go back over this list, I'm going to have it linked in the description below. But we need to talk about what's leaving the Warhammer Age of Sigmar range with new AoS, and there is quite a lot, and it mainly falls to two factions. There's two other factions that are getting a few... three factions that are getting a few more things, but yeah, I'll get into it. First off, we have the Stormcast Eternal, so I'm just going to read through the entire list, because there's a lot of it. The Celestar Ballista, Evocators on Dracolines, Evocators, Sequitors, Knight Heraldor, Knight Vexillor, Lord Castellant, which is ridiculous that we're losing the Lord Castellant. I can only assume they must be doing a new Lord Castellant and just haven't announced it yet, but that's ridiculous if the Lord Castellant is just gone. The Lord Celestant, Lord Veritant, Lord Ordinator, Lord Exorcist, and then moving on from the Lords, we have Knight Azeroth, Paladins, Judicators, Liberators, which once again, ridiculous that they're leaving, Prosecutors, Gavriel Shoreheart, which is kind of sad, Vorus Starstrike, who I didn't even know was a character, but looks really cool from the picture that they have, Castigators with Griffhound, Astray Soulbright, I think I'm pronouncing their name right, I don't really know that character either, Aventis Firestrike, Masters of the Sacrosanct, and Errant Quester. The ones that get me are the ones that have literally been in bundles like a month ago. There are so many. There's an upcoming Battle Tome, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. There's an upcoming combo box, that includes multiple of these units. And, like, so many of these units are fan favourite, long time running, like... And to be fair, I point out the Liberators specifically. We are going to come back to Liberators because there are actually reforged ones we're going to get into. But yeah, some of these, and that's why I'm kind of like, surely the Evocators, the Castellant, all those, surely, even the Exorcist, should be getting new models, right? Like, surely they're not just disappearing. But yeah, Liberators, I'm shocked that they're leaving in the current form, but they are coming back in a different form, so that's actually fine. But just... There's so many units that have only just seen either re-release or combo boxes, or in some cases, some of these models aren't that old. Like, some of them are very old. Some of them are going on, like, 15 years. But, like, some of them are only, like, a year or two old, which is it's so weird. But moving on from the Stormcast, we do have Skaven. So, the Clan Rats, which are very old. The Skyer Acolytes, also very old. I'm going to just stop saying that for Skaven, because, like, 90% of their range is really old. We have the Warp Fire Thrower, the Rattling Gun, which is a real shame. I really hope we get a new model for that one. The Gutter Runners, the Rat Swarms, the Master Molder, the Arch Warlock, Warp Grinder, Warlock Engineers, Rat Ogres and Giant Rats, which I think is ridiculous that they're removing those. Like, they're old models, they don't look that good, but they are good units. They are very fun units. The Storm Vermin, Plague Priest, Warp Lock Jezzails, Doomflayer, and Plague Censer Bearers. For me, the big ones, other than the Rat Ogres, the Doomflayer disappearing is horrendous. I wish it wasn't. The Plague Priest, if they don't bring that one back, I'll be very confused. The Rattling Gun as well. Like, and the Clan Rats, of course. The Clan Rats are so classic. I have like seven like kits of them at this point. I have a lot of Clan Rats. But yeah, they're all old kits. but they're so good. Like, they're so fun to build. Like, some of them are essentially, like, 3 pieces per model, but, like, they're so fun. I love them so much, and they're so nice to paint. A lot of these models are, like, so simple in their design that they're really nice to paint as just, like, a calming exercise. But anyway, Skaven, I'm sure, going to get a range refresh, and that's why so much of their stuff is disappearing. It is a lot of their older stuff, to be fair. Unlike with the Stormcast, where a bunch of their newer models are also disappearing, with Skaven, it seems to be exclusively old stuff, so hopefully that means good things. I'm not holding my breath, but I can hope that Skaven are going to get a refresh. But moving on, we do have the Bone Splitters as well, which I don't know who really plays the Savage Oryx, but I mean, I'm sure there's some people, but the boys, the Boar Boys, the Maniac Weird Knob, the Wardock Prophet, Wergog Prophet, the Big Boss, and the Head Kakaz Mad Mob. Once again, some of these are on the newer side. The Mad Mob especially is a relatively new, it's a very old model still, but like, it fits the modern aesthetic, you know? A lot of people have used the Mad Mob for making, like, 40k orcs as well. Some of these decisions make sense, like, the Savage Orc Boys, the Boar Boys, and the Maniac Weird Knob are all very old. I think they are Finecast at this point. I think most of these are Finecast, actually, from the Bone Splitters. But yeah, like, it does make sense. The Mad Mob, specifically, is a model that I don't think needed removing. I don't think it needs a refresh. It looks fine. I may be missing something because I don't own that model, but I've seen it in person a few times, and it never looks bad. So I don't know. It might just be like a me thing, but the Mad Mob really confused me with that one. And then the final 2 actually. The Slaves to Darkness, we have the Horns of Hashut, Tarantulas Brood, Splintered Fang, the Unmade, Corvus Cabal, Cypher Lords, Scions of the Flame, Iron Golems, Spire Tyrants, Untamed Beasts, and Kagra Ravagers. And there's some of these that I'm just like, why are they leaving? But like, all of these have needed updates, or most of them have needed updates for a little while, or have just not been played very often. The Unmade is an excellent model that doesn't get touched. Same kind of goes for like the Scions of the Flame. I don't really see them get played too often in Slaves of Darkness armies. Like, there's some good units there, but like, the good units need a range refresh, and the bad units look great, but like, they're bad units, or they're unpopular units, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, Slaves of Darkness, don't have too much to say about them. I don't really care about them too much. And then finally, for the actual like factions that are seeing major deletion, we have the Beasts of Chaos. Their entire vanguard is just disappearing, which is ridiculous. But their vanguard Beasts of Chaos box is gone. Beasts of Chaos Beast Lord gone. Beasts of Chaos Ungors, Beasts of Chaos Bestigors, the Herdstone, the Endless Spells in general are gone. Gors, Bulgors, the Chaos Warhounds, the Dragon Ogres, the Beasts of Chaos Cygor Gorgon, which is 2 different models. Technically, it's the same base model, Cygor and Gorgon. The Beast Lord with Paired Rippers, which, very nice model. Weird that one's going. The Centaurs, the Tusgor Chariot, the Beast of Chaos Jabberslife, which, that thing has never been popular. It kind of looks cool from like certain angles, but it's not a good model. The Doom Bull, not the Boom Doll. The Doom Bull, which, once again, kind of a nice model. Shame about that one. The Cockatrice, which no one has ever touched. No one has ever built that model, I'm pretty sure. That model has never sold a unit. And then the Shagoth as well, which I'm pretty sure they're only getting rid of because the name is fucking awful. But yeah, no, in general, like, the Beast of Chaos stuff is reasonable losses. There's some that I wish weren't. The Beast Lord, I think, is a lovely model. The actual endless spells for the Beast of Chaos are really nice. But yeah, in general, there's nothing here that like screams at me that it shouldn't be going or shouldn't be refreshed. Most of these are like older models, not as old as some of the Stormcast stuff that's disappearing, but yeah, there's some stuff that definitely kind of needs to go, so it does make sense. And then finally, we have a few more just miscellaneous models. From Sylvaneth, we have the Branch Wraith, From the Saurus armies, we have Eternity Warden, Valkyr the Bloody from the Vampires, Skylar Amfingrim, which I don't actually know what faction he's from, but yeah, him. We've got Madcap Shaman from the Gloomspites, Big Boss on Gigantic Spider, which I can't remember which orc tribe that actually comes from. It might be Oryx, but I don't know. But Big Boss on Gigantic Spider is going, and the Mistweaver Sai from the Elves, I believe. None of these I really care too much for. The Madcap Shaman is nice, but it's very old model, so like I'm fine with it going. I think I own 2 of those anyway. But yeah, in general, it's nothing too major is lost from there. In general, my biggest concern is just coming from Skaven, because there's a lot of very popular models, and I'm just hoping they're going to be, you know, remade or re-released in some form, or upgraded, or, you know, a new version of them's going to come out, because there's some really nice models being lost here. But yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be upset about a lot of the Stormcast stuff. As I say, with the Liberators, it does give me hope that most of these are just going to get range refreshed. But yeah, that is everything disappearing. There's a lot of stuff going away for Age of Sigmar, and I'm just happy that a lot of the Oryx stuff, which is my main thing, isn't going. But yeah, there's so much just disappearing. It's kind of sad, really. But as I've mentioned a few times already, the Liberators Reforged are actually coming to the new edition with brand new models, of course, and yeah, they look alright. I think they look good. Like, obviously, the Liberators are such an iconic unit, at least to me. They've basically kept them mostly the same. They look better in some aspects, a little worse in my opinion in some others, but yeah, in general, these are some nice models. I don't have an issue really with them. Their shields are quite nice. Their hammer is pretty good. Just in general, I could see these being very popular, as Liberators have always been. And, you know, if nothing else, you can still use your old Liberators, I'm sure. Because I'm pretty sure it's the same, I'm trying to tell. I think it's the same base size. So it's like, I don't see a reason why you couldn't just use the same old Liberators, but as Liberators Reforged. And at the end of the day, you can then also have the new Liberators, vary out your force a little bit. Just gives you more options, and I'm sure the kit patching potential is going to be much greater when you combine both old Liberators and new Liberators. But yeah, not too much to say about them. We don't get too many pictures of them, in all fairness, but yeah, they look good. I like them, and yeah, it's just I hope that the rest of the range that's disappearing for Stormcast gets this treatment, because nothing really is changing for the Liberators. They're just getting new plastic. That's really it. It's like, they're an old plastic model, fair enough, need to be updated. They haven't updated much, so I'm hoping that everything stays alright. In any case, new Liberators look cool, look neat, and hopefully we see more of stuff like this, because I do quite like them. And that leaves us with the final topic for the week, and that is the Rumour Engine for the 2nd of April 2024, and it is some antlers, or maybe flame? It's hard to say for sure. I'm not really too confident in what this is supposed to be, but it looks kind of interesting. I'm sure whatever it is, whether that's for AoS or it's most likely AoS, let's be honest, it might be Chaos, but yeah, it's interesting. I'm sure the model will be cool, and yeah, I guess we'll just find out in the future what exactly it is. But on that note, that is going to be everything for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe for new content, and ring the bell so you never miss upload. Otherwise, comment below thoughts and feelings on any of the topics that we have covered. Are you sad about any of the models leaving the AoS range? I say I'm mostly upset about the Skaven. I'm hoping that doesn't mean a range refresh is en route. But yeah, in any case, that is going to be everything from me. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!
Look at the screen, you'll be fine. Culture's a disease, but worlds divine. I just wanna tell